Forgiving them after the betrayal is not something that you can do without God. It's not. You literally need the power of God to help you to forgive somebody that you love, that they betrayed you intentionally with the motive to hurt you or break you down. And I want to talk about how to actually do that, because we hear the right thing to do, right? But do we have instructions, or do we have a a guide on how to do that? We hear about forgive them, we hear about praying for them, but some of these things are easier said than done. And I want to speak specifically to the women who are just now meeting Jesus, okay, through this situation where it's like you didn't know about God, or you knew about the Lord, but you never understood obedience or things of that nature. The first thing on forgiving somebody that betrayed you is do not run away from the pain. If you are like me, all right, and you, because of circumstances in your past, when you were a child, adolescent, in your 20s, you were taught to be strong. You were taught to just take in bad stuff, and you harbor it and you just move on from it. You never deal with it. This right here, this walk with God, God is going to show you more than anything on this journey. You have to really not run from this pain, but acknowledge it and really work through it. You're going to have to cry. You're going to have to ask God the questions. You're going to have to work through the trauma. Yes, you're going to have to think about it. You're going to have to process it. You're going to have to acknowledge it. And the quicker you acknowledge it, the faster you heal. Now, I want to make this very clear, because a lot of you guys are believing for restoration and you're watching me. The first thing I want you to know is that this is not where you're going to abandon the marriage or anything like that. So this is where you're going to acknowledge the pain, all right, and make a decision to choose to stay and fight. Now, let me tell you something. In the very beginning, I said you can't do this without God. This is where everything is going to hurt. It's going to hurt. All right, it's going to hurt. However, this is where God will begin to do his surgical work. You are partnering with God on forgiving them through the betrayal. Where people mess up, they try to do it without the Lord. You can't do this without God. This is greater than your strength right now. You have so many questions, okay? You have so many shoulda, coulda, woulda. You have so many, well, I should have did this. If I did this, maybe this would not have happened. You got to go through all of that, sis. I'm not even going to lie to you. There is no remedy. You got to be able to face it, but you will not face this alone. And God will begin to give you the grace. All right? That means that you're not even going to understand how you're doing it, but it's going to be the grace of God that's literally getting you through this, okay? Next, you're going to release the offense. I know, it's hard, okay? My problem was, if I let it go, they're going to get away with it. Him, the other woman, everybody involved. If I let this go, I'm going to feel defeated again. Now, mind you, I already had a track record of injustice in my life. But see, during this time, I didn't really have a relationship with God, so I didn't really know the accurate way of what justice looked like for me. So I'm going to tell you, if you were anything like me, if you feel like they're going to get away with it, there's going to be no justice, you got to let it go in order for God to pick it up. Okay? If you want God, this means that letting it go does not mean that they're going to get away scot-free. It means that you are releasing the authority into the hand of God. You are looking for God to be your defender in whichever way he chooses it. And you're going to have to trust that God is going to do it when he wants and how he wants. We don't get to dictate that, okay? Releasing it is basically you taking your power back. You're not going to allow what happened to destroy you, to destroy your mind, to destroy your smile, to destroy your uniqueness, all right? To identify you. This is where you're going to refuse and say, you know what? God gonna get you. And you gotta let that go. Now, listen, if this is new to you, you're gonna feel crazy. If this is new to you, you're going to feel like this ain't working. I still feel bad. My heart is still broken. You know, he's still acting like he don't want to take accountability. I feel all of that. That is a part of the process. It doesn't mean that the situation is going to change. It's mean that you're making a conscious decision to be better than what happened to you. The next thing you're going to do is choose obedience over emotion. Okay? This is the literal steps that I had to take. You're going to have to make a decision to say, you know what, God, I want to obey you. I want to do what you want me to do. All right. Forgiveness is not a one-time thing. It's something that you have to intentionally do every day. Just like how you intentionally take a shower and brush your teeth, I hope, okay? But just how you intentionally do things every day, like getting dressed and stuff like that, that is what you're going to do. You're going to intentionally forgive them every day. The more you do it, the easier it's going to become. But can I tell you something that the devil don't want you to know? God is going to be with you. God is going to engage with you through this process. One thing about the Lord, he's very super active. Like, he is extremely engaging when you are in the right alignment with him. Okay? Even when God tells his children to be still, he will still send you signs of confirmation. You see what I'm saying? God is highly involved in his children's lives. Doing this disarms Satan. Because if you can master this, then a lot of his fiery darts will not be able to affect you like how it's been affecting you all of your life. If you learn how to forgive and you master obedience over how you feel, you can disarm the enemy in your bloodline. And the next thing is walking towards restoration with boundaries. All right? Don't be so desperate to where you forsake your own healing just to be close to the one that you want God to bring back. Do not do that to yourself. You healed. They hurt you. So don't trade your healing just to have a conversation with them when they're not repentant. I pray that this has blessed you, because I know a lot of people don't know, like you didn't grow up knowing God, you don't know. So I pray that this video has blessed you in some way, shape, or form. Keep in mind, you guys, the Severing Her Influence bundle is leaving on Friday, and the Lust Breakthrough bundle is leaving on Friday. Those are two ebooks that I just recently wrote that will be removed from the website. If Severing Her Influence has two ebooks, you get prayers on uprooting your husband from the other woman. That prayer ebook has everything in there. If they live together, if they work together, it stops them from getting married if that's what he's trying to do with the other woman. Prayers that she doesn't get pregnant. There's a lot of things that are accurate and biblical, and other prayers to keep her out. Okay, and the lust ebook is if your husband is lusty. Even if you're not with him now and you know he got that problem, you need that ebook, because there's not ebooks out there like that specifies lust. Okay, I love you guys. That's in the link in my bio, and I'll see you in the next video.